it's Lucas with another Big Brother Spoilers intro. Today's guests are April Lewis from Big Brother 6 and Britnee Senner, the girlfriend of current Big Brother 27 house guest Keanu Soto. It's not every day that we bring together a Big Brother OG with someone who has such a personal connection to the game right now, so this is a very special one. In this interview, Josh will sit down with April and Britnee to talk all things BB27, from Keanu's competition dominance to his alliances and rivalries to the shocking betrayal he just faced inside the house. Britnee gives us an inside look as to who Keanu really is outside of the game, and how she's been handling this season as his biggest supporter, and what their life together looks like beyond the cameras. Meanwhile, April brings her veteran perspective, weighing in on Keanu's strategy, how his relationships compare to what she experienced back in BB6, and what it takes to balance trust, loyalty, and survival in the Big Brother house. It's a unique crossover between past and present Big Brother worlds, packed with insight, laughs, and some real behind-the-scenes perspectives you won't want to miss. Let's get into it.
So I'm curious, how do the two of you know each other?
We always say this is like divine intervention for sure. Long story short, I train one of her really good friends, and I got her kind of handed down to me as a client, and she's been amazing. And she was like, I actually know a girl that was on Big Brother when we found out Keanu was going to be, on it. And she was like, so she came to work out, and she was like, I'm not going to ask her at first, but if she has any questions, if she wants to bring it up. So then halfway through the workout, I was like, okay, girl, what is it like? Because I was so stressed.
Yes, for sure. Yes. It was
so
it was a God thing for sure. Because she obviously she's on a different side than Keanu is. So I was able to give her perspective from Keanu's side of just how he's probably feeling as well. And because when you're on the outside and you can still talk to people, see the people you love and all that, that is a different side of things than if you're actually in the house and closed off from everything you knew and meeting all these new people, which literally becomes your family. And so I really do believe it was a total God thing. And, my friend Corey, our friend Corey, I'm so thankful that she connected us. And and by the way, Britnee didn't need me. She really is
no, I didn't
badass and is such a strong woman that can stand on her own and be confident in her relationship, in her everyday life. But it is nice we're all here to support each other, love each other, and just hold each other's hands through hard times, because this is a hard time. It's exciting, but it's also hard. So
the two of you only known each other?
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Would you say, Britnee?
You only know.
Okay.
Oh, I just said it was just the support and just knowing that opposite side, because it's not people you can reach out to and be like, hey, what's it like when somebody's on Big Brother? That's not a norm. There's not support.
It's not normal. The odds are not in favor.
So the fact somebody I knew somebody that were good friends, it was very amazing.
So the two of you only known each other for a few months, only met going into Big Brother?
Yeah.
So April, you haven't gotten a chance to meet
a few months. That's about it. So
no, she's only.
Would you say no? Well, you know what's crazy, Britnee, is I realized I know that we talked about you coming to our church, and I think I loosely met you and him through a girl, and we can always talk offline. I don't want to throw people's names out there that's not accepting of being on this and getting their name thrown out there. But I actually think we loosely met through the church, but did not, so we'll have to talk about that later. But
that's
so
crazy.
You and I talked about you coming to our church and stuff. So I think we all kind of know some people in the same arena, but never connected at that point. And hey, it's all about God's timing. So this was his timing, and this is where we're at now. So we've only known each other for a few months. I've worked out with her a couple of times. She has whipped my bottom a couple of times. And we are going to eat sushi on Sunday.
I can't wait.
Me, you, and Corey. Yeah, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate anyway.
We are celebrating
tonight. We are celebrating. This is insane, and I'm so thankful for it. So, yeah.
So, Britnee, I'm curious, how long have you been dating Keanu, and how did you guys meet?
Yeah, we've been dating. Well, we always like joke that we don't know like the exact dates. We like decided November 11th was like a safe date. So it'll be 4 years in November. Yeah. And
And
how
have
we
you
meet?
been watching?
Yeah, so how we met is he used to be a trainer at Burn Boot Camp, and I went there for a little bit. And then when he decided to leave Burn, him and I like went on like a random date, and then we were kind of like, oh, it was like fun. It was a great date, but he was just like still not. I don't know if he was like ready for like all that yet. So when they kind of fell off, and then like a year later, we kind of were like, oh, you want to see a movie? And then we just never stopped hanging out after that.
And is the Keanu we're seeing on the show the same Keanu that you know outside of the house?
Yeah, it's weird. I was talking about this the last time. Like, Keanu is a very honest person. And like in the outside world, I think that like people like that, right? He's genuine. He's always who he is. I've never seen him be anybody different. I don't think he's being different on the show, but I do think it's received differently on the show with those people because they're not used to someone just being like, hey, this is what I think, this is what's going to happen. And I think that's where like that misunderstanding is, because out here, like in this world, that's like a good quality to have, right? Like
It's
who you are,
honesty. Yeah,
yeah, it's
for sure.
honesty, it's genuine, it's authentic. And I think they almost take that like, oh, there's no way he's this honest. Like they almost think he's like being fake, even though that's really just who he is. I do think he's like, I mean, he's super funny, witty, loves improv. I think he's been, because he hasn't been able to be so, he is kind of misunderstood. I don't feel like I've seen as much of his silliness as normal life, but like the big butler thing was a good thing for him to do. That was fun and funny. So I think he's a little bit more, he's kind of serious, I think, more on the show because he really does want to be winning and be in there. But other than that, yeah, who he is who he is.
Are either of you watching the live feeds regularly?
No.
I'm not. No. I mean,
His
going
mom
back
gets
to the
arrested.
honesty, I think one thing, I mean, that's been beautiful is he has been honest, but when you're playing a game, it also can kind of bite you in the butt a little bit. So like even going back to like this last week when he was like, okay, Lauren, like, you did this and like all this now, like I was on your side, I saved you and
Yep.
you didn't save me. And so just know that like I'm now coming at you.
Yeah.
Then I'm all like, oh, like, which is such like admiring. Yeah. It's like in a game, again, he has obviously played a really good game. He is like far into the game, but in a game, you're all like, oh, do you have to be that honest? But
I know.
he's being honest.
Yeah.
And so, you can love it or hate it, but it is honesty. And at the end of the day, you're like, is this going to be the demise of him or is this going to propel him to like that next, level and step, in the game? So, yeah.
For sure.
And so, Britnee, what was your reaction when Lauren put Keanu on the block after Keanu kept her safe last week?
Well, I'm like I don't get super involved because I have a very busy life and I cannot handle much more stress in my life. So I live vicariously through the people around me telling me all the things. So I actually had I've been reading stuff and I kind of had a feeling she was going to backdoor him. So I kind of knew it was coming. And I know he is a competitor, right? Like he wins a lot of comps. So regardless of his game, I know that you guys say on the show, he is somebody that could win because he can win his way out of every competition. So I think if they have the chance to put him up, I just think they're going to do it. And I think he knows that too. I think he's just I'm just going to have to win every single comp to keep me in this game.
And so we saw him win the blockbuster tonight. Did you expect him to be good at these competitions or did he practice something beforehand? Or are they just natural skills to him?
Yeah, let me tell you something about Keanu. Keanu is good at everything he does. It's really annoying. Whenever I get a win, I have to take the win and rub it in his face because he wins everything. He's just good at everything. So him going on the show, Keanu doesn't do anything that he doesn't think he's going to win and be good at. That is kind of his mentality. He's always what is he going to do when his back's against the wall? That's he thrives under pressure. So for me, I told him, I was like, I know if you go on the show, you are probably gonna win the show. It's just how me and him both think. We're both competitive, like I said, but he's just good at everything and he's really strategic. he likes chess, he's physical, he likes those things too. So this really was a good game or a good place for him to be for sure.
So, April, what is your opinion on his gameplay? Because you were someone who wasn't on the block very much. You didn't win a ton of competitions. Keanu's game is like the opposite of yours. So, what are your thoughts on his gameplay?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I think back from my season, there were so many like strong athletic people that I didn't have to win. And that is where I think it's so important. Like you can win your way to the end so many different ways. And unfortunately, Keanu is big and he's a beast. And so that, when you look at him visually, like, he's going to be a competitor. When you look at me visually, you're like, oh yeah, like, I don't know that she's going to compete. So whatever game you play, I mean, I really do believe that it can be respected. But I mean, that guy, what I love is he has fought his way to the end. And I do believe he'll make it to the end based off of just winning. And it's so unfortunate for him because no one has been loyal to him. He has been loyal to people, but no one has been loyal to him. And the reality is because they're threatened by him. And I get it. And he's an easy target.
For sure.
So I think that's part of it as well. He's such an easy target. And in Big Brother, you're always looking for the easy target because that saves you a whole nother week. And so I think he's just been very, unfortunate that from the beginning, but you think back to my season, in the very beginning, we were going to vote. Well, I don't want to say we, the house was going to vote Janelle off very quickly. And then we kind of kept her because it was like, oh, there was another target. There was another target. And look how far Janelle made it. I mean, so some of those people who are targeted very early on and that make it past the first couple evictions end up making it way far in the game. And unfortunately, Keanu has had to win his way to where he's at now. And people need to be scared of him. Like the best thing tonight, if he was on the block from a game perspective, was to vote him out. There is no doubt on that because he has won so much and has always been on the opposite end of who should be, who is winning that. Yeah. I mean, at the end, if he makes it, people should vote for him, period. End of story.
I think him being like kind of the underdog or like not underdog in the sense of like his physicality, but underdog and people not liking him on the show, I think it's actually helped like his America's favorite vote. Because they're like, why do we keep voting Keanu? Like, we like him, he's like, whatever. And honestly, when he went on the show, he's like, if anything, I want to win America's favorite player. Like, that was his goal. Like, yes, he wanted to win, but that was like what he told everybody, told the producers. He's like, I will be America's favorite player. So I do think like that has helped him with that because you do like kind of root for the underdog, right? You're like, this guy's getting picked on every week.
Always.
We want him to be there. So I hope that makes that a reality for him because I know he'd be super stoked about that.
Do you think that could happen? Do you think he has a chance at America's favorite?
I don't know. I feel like I know people from a lot of places and people that know me that didn't know Keanu was my boyfriend or whatever. I'd be like, oh yeah, and they're like, oh, Keanu's our favorite player. Like I hear it from everybody. So I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm not like a Big Brother super fan. I've really never watched it. No one hate me for saying that. But I guess April would know more on how that kind of plays out in the season.
Well, I mean, I love Rachel. Honestly, if it weren't for her and Keanu, I don't even know that there would be a viable. A lot of the people in the house are kind of just very duddy, if you want to say, just duds. Not that they're bad people, but I think Keanu and Rachel have kept the season alive. And I don't know that any vet or legend should win America's favorite. They've had their opportunities. I'm not a big fan of people continually coming back. I think I said it before, Britnee, a podcast that you and I did. I think that, Big Brother needs to look at people who made it far, but didn't win and give those people a chance. And yes, maybe I'm speaking for myself or for others. Well, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be in this certain profile to be a legend, to be honestly, if I had 3 or 4 times to play a game, I could be a legend. Anybody
For
could
real.
be a legend. So, I think give other people opportunities who haven't had that, over and over, chance to win. And again, I love Rachel. She literally has made this season what it is on top of like the Keanu factor. So I appreciate that they brought her in. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have continued watching outside of like me knowing Britnee and all of that. But I don't think Yvette should win America's Favorite Player. Like they've had 3, 4 chances to win that. So of course my, vote is for someone who has never played. And obviously it's going to be Keanu that I will vote for.
So let's get into Rachel and Keanu's relationship. What do you guys think of the enemies to friends, again? What do you think of that whole relationship?
I told Rachel the last time, I feel like they're like 2 captains of teams, and like sometimes they work together, sometimes they're on opposite teams, but they both like are respectable leaders. So I think that's where it comes from. They're just both strong personalities. So when they need each other, they'll work together. When they don't need each other, they're on each other's side. So I just think that's how it is.
April?
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, what I love is when you see Keanu talking about like, man, he really was sad that she left, because if he were going to win, he wanted to beat someone great. And I respect that. So that's super cool, because I mean, it's so easy to take the easy way out. There's so many people left in the house that will be easy to beat because of the game they played. And so I respect the fact that he respected her game and she respected his game. I think he would have brought her to the end. I think depending on, what was happening for the week, I think she would have brought him to the end. Probably not. But I love that they respect each other. And I think they probably were both threatened by each other. But if they were going to win at the end, it would be very, it's best to win against someone really, really great versus someone that played nothing. But again, I mean, I look at Will tonight. I mean, Will's game is respectable. Like it's okay to be liked and to make it to the end because you were a likable person and you didn't have to be the Keanu. You didn't have to be the Morgan. You didn't have to be the Kelly. So, I mean, what I really wish in just Big Brother period is that, and I know there's some games that probably you're like, really, like, I cannot root for that person. That's okay. We all have favorites. We all have people we don't like, right? We're all characters to America. But at the end of the day, whoever wins, like it is like, we're Christians. So Britnee and I speak on this is like, it is who God allowed to win. And so whoever that is, and I think even Ava said it the other day, like we can try to force something to happen because I read that, she's Christian. We can try to force something to happen. But as a Christian, like God's going to allow what to happen for a reason. And you can try to make things happen, but his timing is going to be what it is. So, I mean, I'm always like thankful. I mean, I have favorites, like we all have favorites, but just being respectful of the person who does win, whether you're rooting for them or not. So,
God's plan is always let's keep me at peace this whole time. I'm like, okay, there's a plan. It's going to work out however it's best to work out. And that's got to be really grounded, I think, because
he already knows.
In the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows. So if you're just like, okay, and that gives you peace, because really in this time, like for anybody and here in the real world, in the show, like inner peace and having that just like calmness is how you get through life. If you're so chaotic and having anxiety and all this stuff and stressed, you're not going to think your best. So just being grounded in something so great and having joy and peace in that is really what keeps your life on track.
And April, did you have a similar relationship in season 6 with Howie to Rachel and Keanu? Did you see any similarities in that relationship?
Say that again. Did I have a similar? Between like a Keanu Rachel versus April Howie?
Yeah, like you guys fought, but you guys loved each other at the end of the day.
I mean, I really loved Howie very like early on. I mean, I feel like he is so special. Like he was in the beginning and he is to me now. I think where things went sideways is, him he got really emotionally involved in everything. And then I was kind of sticking up for my alliance. And so that kind of was very easy. And God love Howie, but he was all about TV. He was like, let me show TV, like who I am and what I'm about. And he's great TV. He is great TV. But, I think in the house versus out of the house is just two different worlds. And, anyone who has integrity, character, kindness, all of those things. Like when you get out, you're going to give grace, right? You're going to forgive. You're going to love each other. And, honestly, Howie is out of the Big Brother 6 season, like he's one of the ones that I feel is like most supportive of me in my life. And I'm the same of him. Like I only wish him good. But yeah, it was brutal. Like it's not fun feeling like an outcast and feeling bullied in a place that you're living and you can't get out of. It is not. And I cried. I mean, you've not seen Keanu cry at all. Like he literally, what I admire is he has every week has had to like literally go with whatever alliance he feels in that moment is he's having to go with and trust. And that is hard. That is really hard. I mean, I'll be very interested when he gets out, how he feels just like mentally about it all. Yeah. I mean, I see confidence in him. I see grace. I see forgiveness and all these things. But when you get out of something that you've been locked in for so long and you do not feel like there's a lot of people for you, it's really hard to come back in and feel good about yourself. And, but I think this is where you need the right people around you. And at the end of it, it's just a game. Like this is just like 3 months of your life. And you've got to go back to remembering people that you have in your life, like a Britnee and like his mother and family who love him. And let's be real. I had a lot of people who love me, but a lot of people who didn't. And the people who don't, you don't run across those in your life. Even if they said something bad about you online, when you meet them, they're like, I love you. You're amazing. I want to be friends with you. And so, I think it's very easy to get wrapped up in not wanting someone to win or, you're not liking who they are like as a character in the game. But at the end of the day, I hope everyone who watches this show as a Big Brother fan realizes we're all humans, just like you, just like her. I mean, we really are. We're all just, we're just like y'all. So yes, we're fun to watch. And yes, we've got crazy personalities and stuff. But at the end of the day, we do everything. We get in a car, we get gas, we drive, we go to the bathroom, we sleep at night. And so just really putting that in perspective and loving each and every person and just honestly bringing kindness to the world. Because it is hard to go through what these people are going through.
Yes, for sure.
And Britnee, what is your background with Big Brother? Have you seen April's season?
No, I'm the worst. Like I was like, why do people ask me to do these things? I'm a very, very honest. I'm not like I've never grew up watching Big Brother. I am not like a huge, I know people are going to hate me for saying this, but I'm not a huge fan of the show because I am also a very like authentic person. Like people are like, Britnee, you shouldn't do that. I was like, I really don't care. Like I am who I am always. Like I wear toe shoes to coach high school cheerleaders and they're like, Britnee, that's weird. I was like, I don't care. I am who I am. So it's really hard for me to watch those shows because I feel like sometimes it's a really poor showing of humanity. Like everybody's kind of backstabby. And I get it. It's the show and I'm not, dogging on it. It's just not my favorite thing to watch. I think it's hard to watch. And then even when you know somebody on the show, I think it gets even harder because you're like, oh my gosh, you feel so bad for them. You just want to like shake them and be like, no, don't listen to them or not do this. So I just think for me, it was just not something I liked to watch, but I love the games. Like I watch the competitions. I watch all his shout outs, Ace got one, B and the Kids got one another time. Like those are fun for me to watch, but it is really hard to watch the day to day, just like everybody talking behind people's backs all day. So that's hard for me.
And let's be real. Like I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Britney and Keanu for Amazing Race. Let's just throw that out there. Like I'm like projecting that like into the world. Like both of them, like they're so athletic. They're so confident and calm. So I'm throwing that out there. And then of course, Britney, I think you talked about before, like being on American Ninja Warrior, like She is so fit. I have no like words with that. Yeah. So I'm like projecting that they will be on something because she is competitive and he's competitive. And it doesn't have to be like that you're locked in a house and people backstabbing you all day. Because it is hard. It is hard, especially for the people like part of my season. What was really hard for me, like I like to be liked, and not all people care to be liked. I like to be liked. And I really do try to be kind, and I want to, like, the kumbaya, and I want everyone to get along. And so that was what was hardest for me on this season, is I felt just very blessed to have the opportunity. And I saw so many other strong personalities that wanted to win, get to the end. And so I think for me, I almost like sacrificed a little bit of because I'm very competitive. Like I'm in sales. I'm in pharmaceutical sales. If you do not think that is competitive, you're wrong. Like
you're probably
I win
the
trips
best
or
at
I
it.
don't win trips.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm very competitive. So going on the show for me and for people to like look at me as like, oh, she's not playing, she's weak or whatever. Like I didn't need to win. And so part of it is like the mindset and the mental part of it versus just the physical. And someone like Keanu, take the mental out of it. Physically, he has to win. Will, mentally, he has to win. So it's just different. It's just different ways to play the game. So.
And Britnee, we saw on Tuesday's episode, Rachel get eliminated from the game. What were your thoughts on that? And how devastated would you have been if that was Keanu in her shoes?
Oh gosh, I would have been obviously so sad. Like I know how much this means to him, and not just from like, he didn't just like randomly be like, I want to go on a TV show. Like he really takes a lot of time to like think about what he wants to do. And he thought it was a great opportunity. And like I said, he doesn't do anything he doesn't think he could win. So I think that would have been really devastating for him. But at the same time, like losing at a game and getting eliminated might have been an easier pill to swallow than having people vote you off. But I think at this point, he already knows like that's what, is going to happen. Like he's already accepted. I think at the beginning, it was really hard for him. Like I was like, my heart was like hurting for him at those beginning, because him going in there, he was like, oh, that's like easy. I can make anybody like me, because out here, that's true. Like everybody likes him out here. He's friends with a whole bunch of different people. So I think in that first few weeks really like rocked his world. And I think that would have been really hard. So I think now he would be more accepting, but I think it'd still be sad. As far as Rachel leaving, I was sad for Keanu because he like really wanted her there and really wanted to beat her. So I was actually really sad she left. I know people have mixed emotions about her, but I'm looking at it from Keanu's side. Like if he wanted her there, then I wanted her there. She should have stayed.
And April, what do you think of how the twist went that Rachel got eliminated from the game?
I mean, you know what? It's one of those things like expect the unexpected. And I think when legends go back, there was probably Rachel herself put a lot of pressure on herself. That's one of the reasons I would not go back like multiple times, because I think at some point you kind of, I'll say you're welcome if you want to say, and you've done the best and then you're about to do bad. Like just end on a good note and like roll with that. So of course you hate to see someone like totally flop. I mean, because she was not even close. My son is watching going, Mom, she kept going back and forth, and she should have done this and this and this. And so it's hard watching someone fail, because as a person, as a human being, as a Big Brother player, you don't want to watch something like that happen. But I also think like what you do with that humbling moment is really important. I think she was humbled because we all get humbled real quick. I mean, I think, it's easy. One of the things, and I talked to my mom about this today, is at the end of our life, like none of this is going to matter. The title's not going to matter. The money's not going to matter. So I think it's what you do with these opportunities that matter. And so just even going in there and like queen, legend, get ready. I'm going to like, at the end of this, you better prove to me you can win. Like that is not the way I would have played that. But I also understand like that is who she is playing. And I love that. I mean, she was a character. Like I said, if it were not for her being on the show, plus the Keanu, like, I don't know that I would have continued watching the season. So like, I'm thankful she was on it, but I definitely think there's a lot more way of being a legend and a queen to be humble and kind and graceful, and to pave the way for others after her and others who have played to just be more thankful and grateful. And tonight, I think I saw that. You know, when Julie interviewed her, it redeemed for me what she was saying going out. Like, I think she obviously accepted her loss, which is hard to do. And I appreciate that. But just going out, going, I'm a legend, I'm a queen, all this, like, that's just titles. And so what I saw to her tonight is being thankful for the opportunity, you know, being appreciative, right, for the players she played with. And I totally respect her for like acknowledging all that, because it is an opportunity. Not everybody gets this once, and not anybody really gets it 3 and 4 times. So those are kind of my thoughts on that.
And another interesting relationship that Keanu's had in the game is Vinny. What do you think of the Keanu and Vinny's relationship?
Oh man, this is like a hard kind of thing for me to talk about, because I think there's some deeper meaning for Keanu. Like, I'm gonna get a little teary-eyed. Deeper meaning for Keanu behind Vinny. He has a brother that's also named close to that, and I really think he kind of sees this guy as his brother, if that makes sense. So I think he really just wants to love him and like be there for him and support him. And obviously Vinny's playing the game, right? He's like, oh, I don't need this, I need this. And I get it, that's part of it. But I think for Keanu, it's a lot deeper than what we just see on TV. So my heart kind of hurts for Keanu, because I feel like I can understand where he wants this to go so well with him. And maybe when they're out of the show, they'll be great buds. I don't know. So I'm kind of hoping for that. But I think Vinny's playing the game in that sense for his whatever he needs to do, and I think Keanu has more of an emotional kind of big brother, little brother thing going on there.
And do we think that Vinny is his biggest competition left? And if not, who do we think it is?
Gosh, I'm not the best to answer this question. April? Oh, April, did you hear me?
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, I said, I'm not sure the answer to that question. He asked if Vinny's or Vince is the biggest competition for Keanu.
No, he's not. No way. No way. I mean, number one, Vinny so much reminds me in a lot of ways of Paul, right? I don't remember what season he was on. They look alike. They're playing every friggin' angle they can possibly play. I mean, he's playing 2 women and has a girlfriend at home. So that's really hard for me to take in, but he's doing a great job at it. He's doing a really great job at it, but I don't know how Morgan cares more than Lauren cares. I mean, yeah, Morgan cares more than Lauren cares, but I don't know how Morgan can't see that if I were Morgan, I'd be like, okay, Vinny, like, do you have a final deal with Lauren as well? Because that's what I'm seeing based off of your actions. But Morgan's not asking on that. But Morgan is very emotional in all of it. And I can see why she would be hurt. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on, like the actions are allowed to freak out, because he is literally trying to make 2 women happy in a game, which is really hard to do while having a girlfriend at home, based off of what I read. Like, I don't know that he does or doesn't, but yeah. So I do not think at all. I do not think that like Vinny is his competition. I mean, I really do believe that it is going to be a Morgan. It is going to be a Lauren. That is going to be his biggest competition based off of just wins. And I think Vinny, I mean, honestly, I think Keanu called him out. Morgan nor Lauren have truly called him out. And I think the minute Keanu's like, hey, boo, I'm about to check you and let's see what happens, and kind of put you in your place a little bit, that's when Vinny kind of backed down, and he's intimidated by it now, to where Morgan nor Lauren have checked him and put him in his place. So he's threatened by Keanu.
So, Brittany, do you think that we could see Keanu on more shows going forward? Are you familiar with The Challenge? Could we see him on The Challenge, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be better, I think, for him. But I mean, wherever God takes him, that's where God takes him. So if the opportunity arises, I'm sure he would do it. He'd probably be really good at it. Funny thing is, I know I coach high school cheerleading. another lady who coaches the middle school. Her son was just on it because he was on cheer. So kind of some like weird intertwines there. But I think he'd be really good at it. So whatever God has for him, then we'll be supportive and let's do it.
Yeah. He would crush that. You would crush that. That's what I'm telling. Like, let me say on this little podcast, like I'm selling the duo, not the individuals here.
I know. Thank you.
I'm selling the duo here.
Like, we are a really cute couple, and we're really funny.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I feel like they complement each other in all ways. And I can't wait for him to get out and honestly just see the strong, beautiful woman that I know he knew going in she is. But just to stand here and just see the way she's handled herself and her family and her job and all of that. It's a lot. I mean, it's so much. And yeah. Yes. Yeah. She's a workhorse. I mean, there's no playing around with this. And she doesn't have to. She does it because that's what she loves to do. And I know that he's going to come out not knowing him, right? But he should be so proud of her as much as she should be proud of him. In the house, he should be proud of her outside of the house and just the way she's handled herself and just honestly, like just kept going and not watching all the little details that get so many people riled up. And that's hard to do when you're wanting to protect and survive and, you miss them and all that stuff. It's pretty awesome that she has been as strong as she has been.
He's been like super good on the show too. Like I am really, really proud of how he's been playing and what he's been doing. He's not done anything that I'm like, oh, why would he, do that or anything. So I'm really proud of him on the show because I can only imagine it's probably really stressful and you probably want to say and do things that you probably shouldn't. So I'm really proud of him on the show. And
Britnee, are you going to be going to the finale?
That's the plan. I have a really cute outfit picked. So hopefully I told his mom, I was like, you're taking me, right? Because I'm over here. I've got his dog. His dog is living with me. She's really cute. But just making sure like everything is kept up, cleaning his apartment, making sure everything's still good. So I've been keeping his life down here. So when he comes back, it's all nice. So yes, that is the plan that me and his mom will be going. So
what house guests are you excited to meet?
Oh gosh. I've never actually thought about this. Just Keanu. I'm just really excited to see him. Honestly, like whoever is that he was close with or friends with, like I would love to meet them and just like maybe Rachel, because I know they kind of had that frenemy thing going. But I've actually never thought of that question or really put much thought into that. I'm just excited to go and just welcome him back.
Yeah, and I wanted to the people running his Instagram are doing a really good job. They're really nice, so I wanted to tell you that.
Shout out to his Instagram crew. They're doing really, really good. I'm handling personal life. They're handling business life.
Okay, Britnee, that was everything I had for you. So thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, of course. Bye, guys. Bye, April.
Hopefully I'll get the chance to talk to Keanu myself one day.
Yes, I'll put in a good word.
Thank you.
Bye.